Out of the 8 billion podcasts that claim to talk about sports, 99% of them talk football and basketball. And that's about it. That's because they don't know about anything else. And they bore you to tears. Welcome to the Sportsocracy, the Ocho, where sports meets comedy, sports analysis, laughs, and the occasional debate that'll likely blow the roof off. We're rowdy and loud and bringing the party straight to your ears.
The party has arrived.
And by the way, you don't have to be a sports fan to like this show, because we're pretty damned awesome, even when we're not talking sports. From baseball to hockey to wrestling to the UFC and beyond, we love it, and we're talking about it. And now your hosts, Armchair, hailing from Canada. He's a sports encyclopedia. And Dubs, the quintessential masshole who's always down for some lively banter and a little bit of the green stuff. And we're not talking about the outfield grass. Let's rock this. This is the Sportsocracy, the Ocho.
Hey, what's up, everyone? Armchair.
Full disclosure, I just sat back down. Anytime you hit the intro, I have to pee immediately. I don't know what it is.
It was incredible. I was serious. I was 2 seconds away from having to go solo screen here. Network's a little wonky. We're going to try to get through it, but yeah. Hey, it's another Wednesday. Big shout out to the newsletter before we get into anything. If you don't know, we have a newsletter, comes out once a week. Absolutely recommend you hit that subscribe to the newsletter. It's free, but we are at 95 newsletter subscribers today. We are 5 short of hitting the century mark, and absolutely thrilled about it. Share it out. Let's go. Yeah, he has been Pavlov dogged into the intro every time I put it on.
I have been. It's crazy. We sat in the Discord for like 10 minutes before we went live, and I was chilling. No issues. No, it didn't have. Every time I'm like, do we have to pee? Do we think we're gonna have to pee? Should we at least go give it a go? And nothing. And then as soon as the intro hits, my brain is like, gotta pee. I knew you had to pee the whole time. I was just fucking with you.
It happens. You can't help it. It just happens.
I missed out on a lot of Pavlov's dog in school too, because I really fucking hated my psych teacher, and I just disassociated in that class. But I was it was out of spite. I was really interested in the topics. I just was like, I really don't like you. Only hurt me in the end.
I loved chemistry, but instead of going to chemistry class, I played hacky sack because it was nice that summer.
Sick, dude. That's the coolest thing I've ever heard about you.
It was so nice, and I was like, I think I want to do that instead. So we went and smoked crimes and played hacky sack outside.
That sounds like a fantastic day.
Still passed.
Wednesday morning in college, you're like, let's go get high and play hacky sack. That sounds awesome. I'd do that right now.
Hard pass. We're like, we're good. Well, I'll figure it all out.
It's chemistry. It can't be that hard.
It was organic chemistry, man.
No, you were doing organic chemistry, brother.
Look, with the beard. So before we get deep into, I want to talk about a little bit of link stuff. We got an amendment to our crazy Ocho sports. And talk about. We got a little F1 news. We've got our catchers for our Mount Rushmore, and I want to bring up some absolute Ocho streaks, as we just had some pretty epic streaking happening. I have been growing the beard for a long time. I've had the beard for a long time. Long time. And I usually just keep it tight, so I don't grow it down. But I've decided that I'm just going to let it go down. So I'm cleaning it up, but we're up to there's a full hand of beard there. It's a lot of beard. No necklace though. No necklace. I don't wear the pukas.
Corey, I used to
Other
rock the
ladies.
pukas as a kid. Much tanner and younger Dubs.
when he still played basketball well.
This is pre-basketball.
Pre hoops Dubs.
Pre-hoops.
We had a
I
couple
still
of
hoop, just not on any sort of semblance of a team.
Don't tell your ankles.
Threes versus 18-year-old.
I'll tell
Yeah, my ankles barely make it through it. I promise you that. I fucking barely. Did I tell you about when I fucking almost snapped my ankle last year playing basketball?
MVT with the coming from the top rope. The top rope. Oh, we're off the rails
I wish
today.
it was 3 years ago, brother.
Don't we all? We had some pretty fun Olympic things going on. From the Canadian side of things, we won the gold in both the men's and women hammer throw.
Sick.
Do you see the guy that won the hammer throw?
I
Looks
haven't.
like
I need to go look at him right now.
He looks like Thor.
Don't they all? Isn't that like the whole?
They're kind of, yeah, they do. He's ridiculous. She also like
Cameron
completely
Rogers
beasted out. Cameron
Rogers.
Rogers.
Look at that guy.
He is. Don't give him something on a rope because he will heave it. He'll heave it. Like, get out of here.
Look at that mustache. He's wild. He does. He looks like he looks like he hangs out in Asgard. He's
Respect.
Asgardian.
We had the 200-meter women's final. Gabby Thomas, dog. She absolutely toasted the field. America gets another gold. America just out here getting golds. That's what you do.
That's what we do.
I will.
It took a
comment,
bit to get cooking. We had like none for a while, but we got rolling. Oh, we might have lost AC. Definitely lost his audio. But what events do Canadians care about? Yeah, it's you're only on a Winter Olympic country. When did you start caring about the Summer Olympics?
We always care about something.
Team Canada did not. No medal with that stacked roster. We should have got gold. You guys should have got silver just based off looking at the rosters. Curling's the shit, Tao. Don't talk shit on curling. Shout out John Schuster, American legend.
I like.
Oh, we got big time robot. He's season his robot era tonight. It's bearing with us. The basketball is a big time. We didn't care enough to put out a winning 3-on-3 team. We had fucking Jimmer Fredette out there in 2024. That's a war crime. We should be tried. Somebody, whoever put that team together, needs to be tried for treason because that's crazy. How are we losing to the Netherlands? How are we losing in 3-on-3 street hoops to the fucking Netherlands? That's crazy. We should have been represented better than that. Beach volleyball, we care. We care about women's beach volleyball. And Chase Budinger. We care about Chase Budinger. They got bronze, Joyner, all right? They dedicated a bronze medal to Kobe Bryant. Do you think he's going to be satisfied with that? Because I'm not. It's no Mamba mentality to me.
Never satisfied.
Never satisfied. You can't be satisfied with bronze. We're the fucking US of A. We should be winning every basketball tournament. Every fucking Team USA should be undefeated every single. That's the expectation.
Canadians.
That is right.
Canadians can go winning anything we can. We're like a third of the size of you, or like 10% of the size of America.
We're gonna
you guys
dominate flag football.
You guys have what? Well, you say that, but like, didn't you guys get bodied by Japan or something like that? Anyway, in flag football,
that was like U20. That's not what we're here for.
I'm just saying.
Give Tyreek Hill a set of flags, and he's not getting touched.
He's not getting touched. Tyreek Hill's gonna like play for like
Tyreek Hill's solo wipes. He could take a snap against the whole defense and win every fucking thing. He doesn't have to do anything.
He doesn't care. Canada cares about rowing. We have a pretty robust rowing program. That's it.
Here lies Canada, robust rowing.
We have so many fucking lakes, man. I live in a city with like 300 lakes. I'm not even exaggerating. Yeah.
What do you call a lake there?
I promise you it's more than you think. We have like world championship lakes here. Like for rowing. It's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. We had Sail GP here.
What the fuck is Sail GP?
Oh man, it's so funny. It's guys racing boats. You need to look that up. It's a pretty Ocho sport. It's going to New York.
Oh, that's what we fucking flipped in the Olympics.
Yeah.
We were doing that.
Yeah.
They turned the wrong way and they fucking whole boat.
It's over. It's gone. It's gone. Forget about it. Quit.
The whole crew went falling down to the other side of the boat because it was just sideways in the water.
Canada cares about Winter Olympics more than they care about Summer Olympics. They're very, very concerned about the pool and very concerned about rowing. Canada, a huge track program. They had on DeGrasse, who was good, but his coach got kicked out of the Olympics for sexual assault or harassment, one of the two. I forget which one. And he didn't qualify for the finals for the 200 men. And once Usain Bolt was finished, I feel like he was done too. He gave it everything he had to race Usain Bolt, and he lost because Usain Bolt is him. And yeah, they don't care. But they care about the pool, diving, a lot of diving. Crazy amount of divers in Quebec, man. That's it. But we have 30 million people in our country.
Divers.
We're not sending
the Olympics on the ice everywhere.
We're not sending, a whole. You guys sent like 2 cargo ships of humans to the Olympics to compete in events. America's got the most amount of medals. It's like, well, no shit. You send 4 people to compete in each event.
So many people. That's what you get when you're on top.
It's a volume game at that point. It's a volume game. Someone's bound to win a medal. Has to happen. I'm ready for it to be done, though. I'll be honest with you. I'm good.
I've stopped really tuning in. Once I saw that stupid walk race, I was like, I'm done. I'm good. I'm over this now. Simone Biles dominated. Katie Ledecky dominated. I'm over it from here. Team USA needs to go get gold, and then I'll really check out. I need to send you this on Twitter right now because I saw this right before the show and I forgot to send it to you. But wild stuff from Russia we'll get to in a few minutes. I have a couple Olympic things.
All right, you do your Olympic things, then we go.
I had the pole vaulter that Tom mentioned missing a chance at a medal because he had too large of a member. Just go right over the pole vault. He ends up touching the bar with straight schlong, nothing else. Wild moment, wild video. And Armchair made this point before the show, like every pole vaulter now, if you make it, you're like, well, you know why? He wasn't that guy. Even though he got 4th place or whatever he's got now, like no medal, he's still. I feel like this is a win for him.
There's a Swede that won. I want to say it was pole vault. He got 6.25 meters. And I was watching the finals of this, and it was 80,000 people in the Stade de France, erupting like you had just seen a Super Bowl winning touchdown. It was the craziest thing I've ever seen. It's not a French guy that won it. It was some Swede. He went up, he went over, and as soon as he went over, the place exploded. It was wild to see. People love it. Take that shit up.
Turkish shooter is fantastic, Jordan. The memes have been even better. Just the hand in the pocket, straight sweatpants, and just.
He also has a cat. He's just hanging out with a cat. After.
Yeah, all those pictures with the cat. That shit was funny. He's just a cat dad.
He might be the moment of the Olympics.
He might be. He's up there, especially with the comparison, the side by side from the gold medalist to the silver medalist with all the gear, and then that dude just hand in pocket just walked out there and raw dogged the silver medal is crazy. 100%, Jordan. Probably 2. He doesn't give a fuck. He was smoking a cigarette in like a Buick with the windows rolled up.
Absolutely,
Just
he was.
The silver medal around his neck.
It's unhealthy to let the smoke out. You got to keep it in.
Makes you stronger.
He's the
Turkish
Ron.
If you don't,
He's a Ron Swanson of Turkey.
how Eastern European are you? I smoke a cigarette. John Wick, the cat version.
He is the cat version of John Wick. Absolutely.
Yeah, he was fantastic. He's
Simone
probably
Biles
the guy of the Simone Biles is her. 100%.
Yeah, she killed it.
The goat necklace too to seal it.
Loved it.
So good. Horse dressage champion, which is, I don't care, the dumbest shit I've ever seen in my life. It was right up there at the walking event. How does anyone judge that? How do you score it? I don't know. Cool horses. I like the horses. They use the winner used the F1 theme as her music for the championship run, which was kind of wild. Like the F1 TV hype music.
Yeah. Love it.
Little nod there. I think that's all I had for the Olympics. Yeah, that's all I got.
And then we had some F1 news. Speaking of F1, a little bit of movement on the Red Bull front.
Yeah, Adrian Newey heading to Aston Martin.
It we'll get to this, Joyner. Don't worry, we'll touch on this in a second because I LOL at the Olympics last Summer Olympics where we weren't allowed to have people who smoked weed compete, and then they were like, Paris,
Snoop
never
Dogg's
mind.
gonna bear the flag.
It's gonna be everywhere. Is Red Bull falling apart over the summer break?
Yes.
Like I feel like they like, and how much more impressive does it make the run that Lewis had at Mercedes, given that Max is on what, year 4 or 5 here, where he's like really like competing, and he's like, and the whole team around him is falling up. Christian Horner is losing control
by the day.
All of his top people are gone. They talked about
he's now gone to Aston Martin. Max Verstappen's in rumors constantly because his dad hates Horner and vice versa. Yep. Checo is now getting a stripped down version of the car without the upgrades because he drove the shittier version better for some fucking reason, because it just adds to the mystique of Checo Perez. It's not been a good couple weeks here for Red Bull. Max snapping at them over the radio.
Who's the guy that went to Audi is also one of the like strategists for Red Bull. He's gone.
Yep. Also out the door.
It's not looking good. It doesn't look
things
good.
It's been a struggle the last couple weeks. And now McLaren looks to be better than you. The car seems to be better right now.
It is better. And Mercedes is somehow competing with you.
Yep.
Despite George having a lighter car, they're competing with you.
Even from the start of the year, the gap you had
was not big. It's not as big as it was last year.
No chance. It's just been dwindling. And now you're getting passed. And
you're getting beat.
Not only are you getting passed, you have like your team is in shambles around you.
It's ugly. Do you have anything else before we get into most Ocho streaks?
No, we can get into the streaks. We'll talk some crazy sports after that.
The Chicago White Sox finally won a game. What's going on, Welch?
Shout out, Welch.
The White Sox lost 20 straight games. And I saw a stat where someone said if you bet for the White Sox to lose every day for the 20 games that they lost, you would have made out something like $700,000. Like if you would bet, if you bet like, I think it was like $20 and you bet it again and rolled it over the entire streak, you would have netted 700 grand. And that's insanity. But that led to the conversation of what are some of the most Ocho streaks in the history of sports. And we found a few. The article that we found mentioned 46 at bats without a hit. Dubs and I thought that doesn't seem like a lot of at bats.
Right. Seems low.
Feels like there's more at bats. There's not. It's
How
actually
do you know? Do you know? Oh, it's the record for
MVT. Do you know how many at bats and who has that record? And we only ask because, well, you know why we're asking. It's
did a little investigating.
There's a little Crush Davis. Well, Chris Davis with his 54 straight at bats without a hit, which still, in my mind, seems like not that many. But I guess even major leaguers are going to get it. It's Crush.
How long? How many at bats do you think it would take for you to bullshit your way into an MLB hit?
For me?
Yeah. Right now, you just step up to the plate and face MLB pitching. How many at bats?
35.
Do you think you can get a hit in 35 attempts?
I played baseball competitively and had a minor league invite. Yes.
That's crazy. I don't think you do that.
Yeah, I think I can get a hit. I think I can get a slap single the other way. I can make contact still. It's not. It doesn't have to. You're not talking about.
I think it would take me over 1,000 at bats.
No, I think I can do it in less than 100, easily. I think sub 50 is reasonable.
That's crazy to me. We're gonna have to film like Armchair beats Chris Davis, and you have to get a hit in 54 at bats.
There are like very few sports that I feel like confident in being able to do. Like if you ask me how many points could I score against Steph Curry, or like, you know, pick any average NBA player. Forget Steph. Let's pick like any average Joe. The answer is probably 0. I don't think I could score at all. I'm fairly tall. I'm 6'2" when I'm not slouching, but I have an awful shot. I was always just a rebounder. I was never any good. I can skate like a motherfucker. I can skate so well. I skated my whole life. I was figure skating when I was a kid.
I skate so well.
I was a figure skater when I was a kid, man. I know how to do that shit. And I played ball. That's what I did.
Ocho.
That's all I did. I played ball and I skated. So those things, if you ask me, could I score a goal on a goalie eventually, not right away, that would take a while because goalies are real good. Like NHL goalie, that's real good. But I could do it. I can skate. I wouldn't be like, that's usually the biggest hold up on people is like, maybe you could stick handle, but you can't skate. I can skate and stick handle. I'm fine. I wouldn't make a minor league team, but I can play pickup hockey, no problem. Baseball, that's still my sport, 100%. And I'm like, I
veiled
feel
shots. Those are veiled shots.
I'm telling you right now, you get me against a major league hitter. You let me see fastball. You let me look at 2 fastballs to start. And I'm assuming we're not talking like 98 heat. We're talking like we're talking like 90. I was playing guys that had like 70s and 80s when I was playing. I think I can get there. Slap single the other way. Down the line.
Right off the couch, though. Welch just going after the men's volleyball team. I hope you're not talking about Chase Budinger, Welch.
I feel confident in it, though. It's the one thing. This is like that. I feel good about that, and I would have no problem. You find me a washed MLB pitcher, you get him down to here. We'll bring him to Canada. I'll fly down.
David Wells. You hit David Wells right now.
David Wells would hit me. He does. He's half cut right now. No, that's fair. You think I wouldn't get a walk with Angel umping? It's funny. It's cute. It's cute.
I need to do this. You need to get a hit within 54 bats. I got to find somebody at MLB level to pitch to you 54 times, but it's gonna happen. I'm gonna fucking do it.
You ask, we get Jeremy.
It's a side quest. I'm gonna get it done at some point.
Yeah, get me a bat. We'll go.
Let's do it.
I mean, I have it. I'll do it. I have no
I would
problem
fly to Canada for that.
Yeah, I would absolutely do that.
We'll go.
You watch it like three at bats. 3 at bats.
Go hit on some shitty field with 25 lakes in the background.
There's a bunch of lakes in the background, mostly.
I don't doubt it.
Fun story. At the field we used to play at, it was always at night, so the lights would come on, and there would be bats eating the bugs above by the lights. I love it. We do make them at night. There was also we had a look. Derailed all the Ocho streaks now. Totally lost.
Oh, I sure did. Yeah, gone.
God damn it. 122 straight. Was it 200 or 400 meter hurdle races? It's a crazy. It's 122 straight hurdle victories. And I can't explain to you how ridiculous that is.
Dude, the first time, if I ever tried to do a hurdle, I would fall on the first one, and the skinned knee and the elbow that I got from that would be enough to deter me from the sport forever. The fact that somebody wants to get so good at it that they go to the fucking Olympics, props to them. I would die. They're like, you have to finish the hurdles. I would hit every single one. I would just be a bloody beaten mess by the fucking 100-meter mark.
Edwin Moses he was unbeaten for 10 years. He won 122 consecutive races,
100%.
107 of them being finals between 77 and 87. And yeah, he just absolutely dominated. 122. That's ridiculous.
That's a lot. 122 is a lot.
Yeah. Look, this is MVT told you.
That's the thing, though, is I have to find multiple people to come do it because no person that can throw MLB stuff is going to want to, two, without getting a lot of money, and three, their arm's going to give out. You're going to get one. 162 pitches is asinine. I'll probably have to get 4 people to hit.
No, you find a minor leaguer. You can find a minor leaguer who's got a MLB show paid. He's going to have some time in the show. You find him. We can find him. I hit a guy that played on the Expos.
We need 162 pitch Paul Skeen outing.
Paul Skeens. Hey, we didn't say we were going nasty stuff. Come on now. I'm just. It's a lot easier to get a hit. I played. This is the difference. I love that you guys doubt that I have the ability to do it. I do. I appreciate it.
The longest winning streak in what? I need to
what
know
team
that
has the longest winning streak?
Yeah, what does that mean?
In the Olympics? What are we talking about here?
Yeah, I need to know. I need some context there, Kyle. Baseball. Right now, this season, or ever? Is it the Orioles? Is that why you're asking me? I'm going to guess the Orioles. I just seen a video of somebody swimming the Seine River today, and their fucking shorts came out brown.
I don't know why you would swim in there at all.
I mean, they haven't made Olympians do it.
I know. I Googled, so I cheated. I wanted to see who it was, Tal. It's the New York Giants.
Oh, taking it way back. How many?
26.
It's a lot of baseball games.
The
White Sox just lost 21 in a row, and it was a lot of baseball games.
That's a lot. It's interesting to see all of the random streaks that we saw. There were some crazy. Caltech had a stupid losing streak, and
Clemson was 0-57 at North Carolina at the time of the writing of the article, which I don't know when this was. Probably 2014, if I had to guess.
It was bad. It's not great, but
Chris Dudley, 13 straight missed free throws. That's hard to do. I can do that. Like, I can definitely get one free throw in 13 attempts.
I was going to say, so how many free throws do you think you could make in 13?
I'm honestly not a fantastic free throw shooter. There's no reason I shouldn't be, but I think I can get 7.
You see, I would put
confidently, I think I could get 7. I could probably get 10.
I put my number at like 2 or 3. I do not shoot the basketball well. I never have.
That's wild.
Arcade games, no problem. But like,
I mean, I play like once a week,
no.
but it's
I don't. No. I can golf.
I played growing up. That's
no basketball.
I played a long time. That's about all.
Everybody wanted me to play. Everybody wanted me to play because I was tall. I've been this height for forever, and it's not happening. There's no way.
I'm not athletic. I'm not good on defense. I have quick reflexes. I can get some steals, and I have a good jump shot. That's all I got going for me.
That's plenty. Kill me at hoops. All right. Should we get to our Mount Rushmores?
Tao's got the most fucking Ocho stat of the night. Look at that. Fucking Genghis Khan won 555 consecutive games of squash from 1981 to 1986.
Who even counts that many? I feel like this is like when
that seems
Goldberg
fabricated.
Remember when Goldberg was in the WWE? And they were just like, and the winning streak, and it just kept getting like bigger. He'd fight like one match, and he'd gain like 13 wins. Like the next week, be like undefeated after 63 matches, and you're like, he's been here for like a week and a half. I don't think it's that many. This is how I feel like this guy. This guy, he's like, how many games you win? He's like, I don't know, like 500 or something, like 555.
It's got to be 500 by now.
It's at least 500.
And then they started counting.
Yeah, definitely. Weed Boy has great reflexes. He does.
Of course I do.
He does. Like a cat. You got to watch him play.
Stone it's like all I got going for me. Not fast. I don't jump high. I'm not strong.
Not fast anymore. I used to be. Once upon a time, Dubs. Once upon a time. All right. Let's talk catchers. We got Mount Rushmore catchers.
Oh, hell yeah. Let's do it.
Who do you got? You got some honorable mentions you want to do first? You want to go right to 4? What do you got at 4?
So my thing is, there have like I know going off your list, you're only using people that you've seen play.
Yeah.
So I think I want to hear your list before mine, because if you're going straight modern day catchers, there's not a ton, to be honest.
There's not. No, there isn't.
Did you go straight modern day?
Full disclosure, I included Yogi Berra.
Okay, I have Yogi Berra on mine, and I'm going to assume you have Pudge.
I do have Pudge. I also included Johnny Bench.
As you should. I have Johnny Bench as well. Okay, so we probably have the same top 4 then.
Which is Mike Piazza as my other.
I have Piazza too. So we have a definitive top 4 for the first time ever, I think.
It is. I think we should definitely do conspiracies. Like, did Wilt really score on? Yeah, 1,000% we will do conspiracies. We have Olympic free summer coming up here very shortly. And while everybody's ramping into football, we're going to be tinfoil hatting over here, talking about did Wilt actually get 100?
There's no footage. How is there no footage? It's absurd. NBA Twitter you put that out there, and NBA Twitter just latches onto it, and it's a heated debate.
It's always going to be. All right. Mike Piazza, I did a whole podcast episode on him. Shout out the Armchair Commentary podcast. If you ever get a chance, download and listen. 308 batting average.
Episode.
377 on base, 545 slugging. He had 427 home runs and over 1,300 RBI. Close to a 64, 59.6. He was also like a last round draft pick. He was a nobody. He was drafted as a favor to his father.
He sounds like a pizza maker.
he was quite literally, they were like, you know what? We don't need this guy. And his dad was like, please. And they were like, okay.
Please.
And then he became
family.
one of the greatest catchers of all time.
Fantastic baseball player.
Probably top 2 modern day.
Why is it that catchers are never like an offensive juggernaut? Like there's so few that you can count that have actually been really good with the bat in the last
because you take it because it's really hard to catch. People think you're lazy back there just like receiving the ball, but it takes a physical toll on you every time a guy whips up 100 plus. You talk about 162. It's like close to 180 pitches a game that you're receiving back there. On top of that, you've got to make sure that you're stopping guys on the base paths, like physically demanding position. You're in the crouch all the time. You're blocking balls in the dirt, trying to like not lose the runner on first or second or third. And then on top of it, when the guy's coming home, you have to block the plate. You're taking all of the abuse. So catcher is just a really hard position to see.
And then you go sweat out a hard day's work at the closest parking lot to the stadium.
Shout out Sticky Reese. It's a hard position to play. And you don't really see juggernauts in there. There's a few positions like that at baseball though. Like outfielders are always power guys. You always see power guys in the outfield. It's because you can hide other weaknesses. You can't hide a weakness at catcher. You either have a good one or you don't. Shout out to Jano.
Shout out to when the Red Sox got a police escort for Doug Marabelli just so he could catch Tim Wakefield on time after they picked him up.
R.A. Dickey had his own personal catcher.
I think it's such a fucking flex too. You're like, oh, it's my turn to pitch. Like, it's got to have my guy. Yeah, sorry. I don't care if you're hitting 330. I got to get my guy in there.
It's absolute insanity, and I love it. But it's very, very hard to be a power player from the catcher position. That's why, like, they're always flash in the pan, like, quick. Like Buster Posey, who I'm sure is on your honorable mention list.
Yep.
Super talented, super, like, had the power, had the pop, just short career. Like, what are you supposed to... I mean, he got destroyed.
Better than Buster Posey, in my opinion, is Joe Mauer.
Mauer was definitely that guy.
He had a fantastic bat. We hit like 360 or 370 one year, something wild.
Yeah. He didn't play
two-time MLB cover athlete.
Yeah. It's Mauer. I love the show ads with Joe Mauer. They're great.
Mauer was a great fucking player. And then they switched him to first because he was like, my legs were shot. I need to stand.
He's toast. He's got to stand up. It's too hard. I tell you, man, crouch down and take a whole game at catcher.
They always end up going to first base. They all do it.
Or DH.
Remember Mike Napoli catching? He used to be a catcher when he first came up. Then he moved to first. Just like they all do. Carlos Santana, another unit behind the plate.
Even when you're looking at this list, which obviously Pudge had to be on there for us, modern day or not, he was just unbelievable. 68.7 WAR, 311 home runs, 3 guys, and a 296 career average. He was just kind of the face of catching in the early 90s. From 97 to 2001, he was it. He was the guy.
If I were to ask you all time where Jason Kendall ranks in WAR for catchers, what do you think you'd guess? I know, random unforgettable name. Top 50 is correct.
Top 25.
Correct. Further. He is 17th all time in WAR.
Wow.
That absolutely blew my mind. I was looking through catcher stats and I was like, Jason Kendall was really that good? Like, I knew he was a good player, but that blew my mind. Kind of just shows you how, like, Again, short careers, and there's never.
Johnny Bench obviously had to be on there for both of us. He had a 75 WAR, 75 career WAR.
2 chips.
Unbelievable player.
Fisk
was in consideration. Catcher was hard because of the lack of modern guys. McCann was on the list for me too. Like, there's just guys that like Gary Carter,
Yachty
probably should be. Yachty probably should be.
Problem is Yachty never really had a bat, but he's like one of the best defensive catchers of all time, if not the best defensive catcher of all time.
You don't want to run scored. You put Yachty behind the plate. Yachty will he'll throw you out. You don't steal on that guy. You don't even
catching was in their blood too. There's Benji. I think there's a third Molina that never got like past the minor leagues too, if I'm not mistaken.
Benji
Posey
Molina.
For sure. We mentioned Posey. He was like just outside my Mount Rushmore. It was like Posey, Mauer, and Yachty were like just outside it. I think Mauer is ahead of those 3.
Yeah. And I included Yogi Berra mostly because his quotes are amazing, but I feel like he kind of defined the catcher position early on. He's also a goon. Like, that's an ugly man.
He's like he's the definition of a catcher. His name's Yogi Berra, and he looks like that.
Yeah. Yeah, you put a mask on that for a reason. Sheesh. In all seriousness, he had an unbelievable career. Almost 60 WAR again, which is just like, what do you do with that? Anybody that's flirting with that number, it's pretty impressive. So, catcher was a tough one for sure. I don't know where we go next. Where do we go next week, chat? Now he's catching strays. Yeah, well, it's him or Ohio, Tao. It's one of the others. So, where do we go next week? We have many
still corner outfielders.
We got corner outfielders. Maybe we do right field.
The most underappreciated position, the worst little league position of all time.
Right
Put
field.
your worst player in right field. That's what you do. Anytime I got put in right field, I was like, fuck, dude. Fuck. Like all-star teams and shit. You're like, I barely made the team. I'm in right field, dude. Fuck.
This is why Dubs is playing basketball most days.
Managers is a good shout, Joyner.
All right, we do managers. We can do managers.
I wasn't in right field often. I played a lot of second base was my main spot.
I was left and center mostly. We had one guy that was faster than me, and he got center fielder. So,
yeah, I'm honest. I'm not fast enough to be in the outfield. Right field. If I was gonna be in the outfield, right field's the spot.
MVT, we can't do them all together because there's too many good outfielders. That's the problem.
I know. We had this exact conversation, Tao, because they move around so often. It's hard to not do them together, but there's also so many that it has to be like a top 25 list if we do it. And we did center fielders.
We can do a top 20 outfielders.
I don't hate that. We could do that.
We'll do a top 20 outfielders. We'll save it for a day where we have a little bit of slower news.
Save it for a rainy day.
Yeah, we save it for a rainy day for sure.
A rainy edition of the Ocho.
Absolutely. We have those all the time. That's it for me. I don't. Is there anything you want to add to Catcher Mount Rushmore before we get to Stone Stories before we get out of here?
No, I'm good. I wanted to catch one time, but I was like, I crouched and I'm good. I couldn't do that for the whole game.
I warmed up the pitchers when I was the third base coach for a team that I used to play for. So I came out of like semi-retirement to third base coach, and they were like, "Can you warm up the pitchers?" And I was like, "Sure."
Third base coach is a fucking dream job.
It's the best. You get to
Gotta
make
be
up
one
all
of
the
the best
signs.
jobs in sports.
Get to make up all the signs.
You're just making up signs. You're sending people. You get super fucking hyped anytime you're sending somebody.
That's what you got to do. It's the best. It's the best.
Somebody gets on first, and you're like, "Hey, hey, hey! Look at me! Look at me!"
Speaking of this, did you see that video where the guy signed up for Army? Dub sent it to
Dude,
me.
that shit sucks. I did the same thing.
4 games. Nope.
Nope. Not for me, brother.
Not happening.
Did I see what? I'm sorry.
The video that I was asking if he saw the video where you had actually sent me, where the guy signed up for Army and NCAA football.
Oh, yeah. He signed up for Army, and then it cuts like as they're like, "Good luck on your college career," and then it's like, "Welcome in, soldier," and it's fucking Soap McTavish opening from fucking MW2.
That's good times. All right, getting near the end of the show, which means it's only time for one thing, and that's Stone Stories.
Do we want to talk this video I sent you first on Twitter?
We do need to talk that video.
Look at that fucking shit, dude. It's like the most Russia video you've ever seen in your life. It's I'll post it. I need to I'll retweet it right now. It's 2 people boxing, bare knuckle fighting on a shipping container that's suspended above water, and the referee is like straight WWE like boxing 80s with he's like doing a cosplay basically, where he's just got like a white dress shirt and black pants, and he has no reason to be up there. Oh, no shot you're gonna see that video through your screen, Armchair.
I don't know, man. I see it.
It's the worst quality you've ever seen in your life.
It doesn't matter. Listen, go follow Stone Sport Podcast on Twitter. He will retweet it.
Yeah, you'll see it right there. It's already up. That shit's crazy. They're just straight duking it out on top of a shipping container, which is the most Ocho thing I've seen today. I saw it like an hour before showtime, and I was like, how did I miss this?
We got a Stone Stories and then a last call where we have to recap or redo our most Ocho sports. We got to touch on that. So
yeah,
let's get a Stone Story in there.
Let's do it. So we are heading to Georgia this time, not Florida. Georgia, 2 places
Country,
that are just
state,
famous for college athletes getting arrested, traffic violations, and otherwise. A McDonald's employee working at a store in Savannah, Georgia, was sentenced to 5 years in federal prison after pleading guilty to lighting a fire inside a dumpster, to clear out customers because the restaurant was overcrowded. Joshua McGregor, 34 years old, was working at the restaurant on 2701 Montgomery Ave in April 23 when he became frustrated that the store was too busy. Intentionally setting a fire in an effort to shut down or damage someone else's property is inexcusable, U.S. Attorney Steinberg said in the press release. McGregor will have substantial time to ponder his post-prison employment options.
This store's too busy. It just sets fire.
Can you blame a guy? We've all been there. We've all worked some shitty restaurant job where you're just like, God, I wish there would just be some reason for this place to fucking close down right now. And this guy just took matters into his own hands, and he made his own reason why the store needed to shut down at that moment. He set a fire outside like a real fucking hero. 5 years in prison for that. The kicker is that he filmed this. Like, he went outside, lit the fire in the dumpster, and then filmed it and posted it to his Instagram or Snapchat or something. And was like, just lit a fire at work. Like, what are you expecting out of that, brother? Of course they're gonna fucking know it was you. Also, they were gonna know it was him as soon as he walked in. He's like 30. He's 34 years old and he has bleached hair.
It's kind of ridiculous.
You better be Eminem. That's the only fucking reason we should be doing that.
You better be Eminem, he says. It's too busy. I'm gonna set fire to something. It's ridiculous.
It's a power move, I'm sure. He didn't want to work that day. Again, can you really blame the guy for trying?
No, I don't blame him. Of course,
the fire. The fire became so intense that customers in the drive-through lane needed to back out of the parking lot, and the restaurant was forced to briefly close as the Savannah Fire Department worked to put out the fire. He was identified as surveillance video as the person who started the fire. He was then arrested by police. Power move. 5 years in prison. Was it worth it? Was it worth the... It wasn't... I was going to say peace, but it's probably not. There's like police and fire there the whole time, so... I don't know. Probably not worth it.
It's probably not worth it. We got a last call here.
No, that's Cal. I need you to find that. Send me a link. I'm interested. You've piqued my curiosity.
Oh, new stones.
I heard weird news, and I'm interested.
A couple of weeks ago, pre-Olympics, we did a most Ocho sports all time. We had some legitimate, fantastic entries into the most Ocho sports, but we'd be remiss if we didn't give you this last entry. And I don't know how to pronounce this.
We can add Russian crate fighting into this as well.
Probably.
That should another amendment.
Yeah, we're gonna have to. How the hell do we say this again, Dubs?
Oh, I'm sorry, I forgot.
Look, this is what happens. Dub smokes the crimes, and we all forget now.
No, I closed my link.
I had to restart and jump on this computer instead of on my other ones.
I got it. Calcio Storico.
That's Calcio Storico.
It's where it's played in Italy, in the city of Florence, once a year. There's 4 historical districts in Florence, and they divvy them up into teams. They're represented by color. I think they have actual team names and whatnot too. That's it in the chat. Calcio Storico, if you'd like to Google it. And it's basically a combination of football, rugby, and wrestling. It's played once a year in a tournament. One district is crowned winner. I think they all play multiple times. I don't think it's just like a one game thing. I think it's several. And they basically, it's like they just beat the shit out of each other and try to score the football in this tiny little goal. There was a super cool moment from the last one, which was played in June, I believe. It wrapped up the middle of June. Mm-hmm. Oh, is there a joiner? I need to find it if there is. It came down to like overtime, tie game. Somebody got hit mid-court and just fucking whipped it on in there and basically walk-off home run. Joey Bats, bottom of the ninth. Armchair's favorite moment of all time. But it's Italian bare-knuckle boxing form. It was played in the center of Florence before, which was all dirt. It's now all stone, but they pour in dirt for this occasion, which I assume sticks around for a while. I don't think you just get that up. It's just buried in fucking stone at that point. No,
it would have to be.
It's got to be. Well, crazy sport. Anybody doing that's a fucking psychopath and needs to be on a watch list because they're just taking punches, elbows, getting tackled to the ground. Like,
I'm pretty sure I saw somebody doing the RKO. Like there was just like
somebody pregame is just listening to Randy Orton walkout music, and he's like, "I'm gonna RKO fucking everybody I see." He's just doing wrestling finishers.
It's actually just the Stone Cold Steve Austin
curb stomp, and they're like, "You need to stop."
Like the Steve Austin glass breaks when they're all like fighting each other, and he just comes out and like starts slamming beers on everybody. He's just kicking everybody, doing stunners all day long.
So good.
Yeah, it'd be good.
Roman Reigns came back this weekend.
It's SummerSlam, baby. SummerSlam. That's it. That's it this week. We made it, survived. My network didn't completely die, although we lost my audio for a little bit.
Your camera's been gone for most of the show, but your audio has been pretty solid.
Whatever. Listen.
Camera had to suffer, so somebody had to walk so another could run.
I love that for me. It's so great.
Hey, we got through it. Show's called Home Game. Sweet.
Right.
Thank you. Appreciate that, Joiner. I'm going to go watch that when I go to bed tonight.
Everybody's got to check this out. I will absolutely watch it. Well, look, I can't fix everything. I fight with the internet on a regular basis here, and I can't wait to have it fixed one day. But you know what? We deal with it.
New excuse, though. I'm going to put that in the tool belt. Appreciate it.
Don't forget to check out Stone Sports Podcast on Twitch.
Yes, sir.
You're playing some Phantasma?
Yeah, we were playing Phasmophobia last night.
There we go. Ghosts. Yeah.
It's fun.
It's a great game, man.
It's dark. It's a dark game. But if you can get through that, we're good.
Absolutely worth the watch. I might fuck around and release an audio podcast in the next couple of weeks. I have a couple of ideas brewing, so we'll see. And we might have a couple of guests joining us. BT Dubs. I'll let you know. For Dubs, I'm Armchair. We will see you next week here on the Ocho. Don't forget to subscribe. Make sure to follow us. We will see you next Wednesday. Peace.